All right, here's a quick rundown of starting procedure on the truck and then a few simple maintenance things. Forgive me for the low level of light here. We'll get outside in a second. The truck has not been started in a week at this point, so this will prove that, as I said, it should start after it sits for a little bit. So the first thing you're going to do is turn the key to the run position. When you do that, you're going to see a wait to start light up on the dash. You're going to want to wait until that guy goes out. This sets your glow plugs. Make sure that you got some heat going into the cylinder. Since these are compression ignited, you need to get a little bit of heat in there through a start aid to make sure they start. But then once that happens, you should be able to then turn to the start and it should start up. Like I said, this is a start after having been started for over a week. That was a little bit more labor than typical, but after sitting for a week, I would expect to take a little bit to start. I'm going to go ahead and roll outside here real quick just so we can get a better picture of what's going on. I'm going to try to be quick because I got a guy who just texted me. He's going to be here at the house. So go ahead, we're outside now, got her in park. Go ahead and shut her off real quick. I'll jump out and kind of walk you through. Once we get outside, you'll notice the first thing right down here, right underneath the driver's seat on the outside, you're going to see two filters. These are your fuel filters. Here's your pre-filter, and there's your post filter. One is a pretty coarse. It's a strainer to make sure that nothing goofy gets into your pump and takes it out. And then the second one is a high micron or a low micron, depending on how you look at it. And that's what's going to protect your injectors. On the engine side, you got your air filter, pretty obvious. That guy right there is your coolant filter. That is just a standard off-the-shelf filter. Not sure what the micron rating is, but the part number is right there on the side, so it's pretty easy to get. That's one of those replace it once a year sort of things. The fuel filter on the side of the block, or on the side of the frame, that's another, once a year sort of thing. I like to do my fuel filters and stuff in the fall just so I know that we're good to go for the winter time. Fuel line freeze-up is one of the things you have to worry about on a diesel, so making sure that you've got all your filters replaced, make sure that you have no residual water in the system. What you're looking at right here, the two little posts there with the lines going to them, that is your glow plug relay. That guy there is what we were waiting for on the wait to start. This guy gets energized and connects battery power to your glow plugs. One glow plug per cylinder. They actually go right down inside the cylinder and heat up. What you're going to see here also next to it, this is the mechanical fuel pressure gauge hooked to the fuel pressure regulator. So the little nut up here on top, there's a nut and an Allen key in the top. That's if you want to adjust your fuel pressure. You put your Allen key in there, turn the nut to loosen the nut, and then screw it in. Makes the pressure higher. Screw it out, makes the pressure lower. Trying to think what else to tell you. What you're going to see right there, this is another thing. This is the on the right hand side with the red cap, that is the circuit breaker for the fuel pump. And then the little black box just to the left of that, that is your relay for the fuel pump. So if for whatever reason you go to start the truck and you don't have fuel pressure, I would come down here. You'll see on the side of the gray circuit breaker, there's a little black button sticking out there. Just push that guy and that'll reset it. You'll see down here on the firewall, behind the air filter, there's a gray box. That's your injector drive module. Don't typically have issues with them, but just tell you where it's at in case you wanted to know. The last thing I'm going to show you underneath here is the pass-through on the firewall. Right there, that is where the lines for all of your gauges go. You'll see two lines running down. One of those is the transmission temperature sensor line. The other one's your exhaust temperature sensor line. You'll see two lines running back here. One runs up to the side of the fuel pressure regulator. That tells you your fuel pressure. And then you'll see a third line run over here back off to the boost line, and that is your boost reference signal for your boost gauge. Third thing I want to point out is this guy here. The fuel pressure regulators can be referenced off boost pressure. That's more for a gas car, not for a diesel. Don't really have to worry about it on these guys. Other than that, transmission filler is back there, and your engine oil is right down here. 15 quarts is what it takes. Generally I run just regular Motorcraft oil. It's a regular conventional oil. Do an oil change about every 5,000 miles, and then you'll see down here, driver's side right behind the tire, that's your oil filter. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward from a maintenance standpoint. Now that we've started it and all that, I'll go ahead and start it again for you so you can see the process. So go ahead and turn the key to the run position. You'll get a wait to start light. As soon as that guy goes out, we should be good to start.
$59.99 per month. That's over 10 times faster than 6 meg AT&T.
Starts a whole lot better after it's been started. So what I'll tell you is, if for whatever reason you use the wait to start, you go to crank it a few seconds and it doesn't start, go ahead and turn the key off, put it back to the run position, and cycle it another time or two. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more heat from the glow plug to get there. So anyway, hope that squares you away. If you have any other questions or whatever, feel free to give me a call. Thanks a lot.